So this new farm works on the principle of entity cramming.
And what's that?
So when you get enough animals in a singular one block space, they will eventually start killing each other because there are too many in that one space.
Okay.
And when that happens, they drop loot. If you put a hopper underneath this space, when that loot is dropped, it will pick it up and you can put it in a chest and then collect it up. So that works with cows and sheep, for example. And you can then collect up lots of beef, lots of mutton, lots of leather, and lots of wool, which is really handy.
Yeah, it makes sense and sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. Some people might think it's a little bit unethical, perhaps.
No, I think that's perfectly fine.
No, and chances are pretty much everybody's doing it anyway, so...
Well, exactly.
What's that noise? Oh no.
Animal cruelty.
That's awful. Was this you?
This is awful.
That's just wrong, mate.
But this is shocking. I think I'm going to be sick.
I don't believe this. That's disgusting.
I cannot believe that you would do this.
I thought you were better than this.
I thought you were better than this.
I thought you were better than that.
You are a twisted individual.
You're the worst.
Are you literally insane?
I don't think we can be friends anymore,
I
man.
never want to see you again.
Please do not contact me again.
Sorry, it's just sick.
Goodbye.
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 Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Argent Sergeant and this gentleman with the funky facial hair right here is Chinpachi. Now that I've gotten over my terrible nightmare, I'm prepared to talk to you a little bit about what's happened here. There's a hole in the ground and it's got a building in it and, well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I think it's really pretty. So the reason why this happened was because Dr. Double Denim, he struck again. He decided to steal some of my TNT and blow me up. I even got it on camera. Okay. Just stumbled upon this. No idea what it is. I suppose. Oh. Okay, so yeah, I literally walked right into his trap, but you know, it's still not exactly cricket, is it? And, hoping you'll forgive the continuity errors, I have come back after doing some other bits. This was after our little Cold War that we'd had. He appears to have come up with a new use for some of my TNT. Tell you what, this is actually kind of nerve-wracking. So that's made me really nervous. Oh, blimey. I hope you can forgive the absence of in-game sound in those recordings. I wasn't really working with the intention of squeezing that into an episode, but I think it's important that you know this. The man is a menace. And worse still, he'd built himself a little tower somewhere round here, probably actually about there, that went all the way up to here, with a little sign on it saying, "Do not climb." So, me, being the law-abiding citizen I am, didn't climb it, and I invited my sister to come and play on the server with us, and she, because she's a rebel, went and climbed it, and there was a pressure plate at the top, and it blew her to smithereens! That was her first time on the server. So, Dr. Double Denim is misbehaving. Tensions, we must say, are escalating. And I get the feeling this is going to end in tears. But I did my best to rise above it and try and create something beautiful out of the carnage that Dr. Double Denim has decided to continue to wreak on me. And so I created this lovely little building down here, and it's really set a kind of nice tone for what I think I'd like to happen around here. But first things first, I've had a moral epiphany, and I think it's time to implant some ethics into some of my farming practices. So I think it's time to release all of these poor creatures from captivity and hopefully build some things that will lead them towards a better life. Okay, I've set my ladder up. We've got a wall in place. I know it's not all the space in the world for them, but you know, it's more than they've got now. So let's break these guys out. Come on, sheepies. Time to be free. Whoa. Sheep explosion. I want to catch that from a different angle. Look at that. Hi, guys. Yeah, stretch your legs. Make yourselves comfortable. I am going to need a bigger pen. Oh, boy. Come on, Hank. Cows, you're next. Do that. That one, and... Cow's explosion. It's like popping spots. Get out. Go on, move it. Move it. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, boy. Oh, this is the problem. We have cow escapage. Oh. This is just chaos. Look at all these cows. Oh, no. Let's let some more sheep out. There's just so many animals. So many animals. What is this absolute mess? Yeah, get out of the hole. There we go. There we go. Good. And the next one. Oh, I did not know animals could climb ladders. This is not good. The sheep have escaped. How have the sheep escaped? Oh, this was not how I'd intended for my day to go. Honestly. Oh, they're getting out through there. Of course they are. Get out of it. No. 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 Right, well, it looks like the free-range farm is a little bit too much on the free side. Apparently. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. I just don't even know what to do about this. Oh. Okay, so we might need a little bit of a culling. Just a little one. I don't think I really have the administrative power to be able to execute a full-on migration here. But, I mean, if they've got any sense, they'll get as far away from me as they can so that I don't have to worry about them anymore. That would be totally fine. Oh my goodness. And now I can't... I did this in completely the wrong order and I did not prepare myself adequately. But you'll see here that I've already done a little bit of work towards having a nice little bit of a pen for my sheep to hang out in. And hopefully I can just lure them in here. Or some of them in here. And I can grow grass on these little patches through here. So that way, what they'll do is they'll walk up to it. They'll go, no, 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 no. And they'll eat the grass. It will fire off the observer that sits behind the grass there. And it'll go click, click. Oh. Which will fire that dispenser and shear them to give me a steady supply of wool that comes along this rail here. Now, I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can't stay there. And all I have to do is just let that go along and come back and it will collect all the wool that it shears. So that's the solution for the sheep. For the cows, I'm not so sure. It's probably still going to have to be a relatively traditional thing, but I think I'm going to use some water streams to make it so that I can kind of just funnel them up to the edge here, do the feeding, turn off the water stream and let them run around free. And then occasionally come by and do a little bit of population control. But I think that's going to be a lot nicer to look at than just these horrible pits of screeching creatures. And I can keep the numbers under control as well. So, now that my animals are learning to stretch their legs, the cows have gotten in there now as well. Okay, they're not staying there. I'll talk you through a little bit of what I got up to off camera. As you can see, I've done a little bit of work in my farming zone here. I've created this wonderful bit here, and I've also expanded the sugarcane farm. These are cobblestone slabs, which means the blocks are waterlogged, which allows me to grow the sugarcane along here without falling in the holes. So, in order to manually farm the sugarcane, I can literally just run along like that. Chugga, 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 chugga. And then just run back and harvest the stuff. I know it's not the most efficient way of doing things, but I find it kind of satisfying. Look at that, that's really fun. This spot down here, I've tilled up and made the wheat farm. And as you can see, there are dispensers up at the top there that are hooked up to this button here. So I press that button, it dispenses water. I get a big wave of water that runs up here, picks up all the wheat, runs into hoppers along the bottom, which will hopefully all go into that chest. And this is going to be the first time I've ever trialed it, and I can't wait to see if it works. Look at that. Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. So we got some minor issues, namely in the fact that these lanterns hold things up. So right at the top there, I've got a couple of lanterns behind, and it's stopping these lines from running through. So I think I'm going to have overhead lighting or flush lighting in the form of jack-o'-lanterns. But aside from that, I'm pretty chuffed, and we'll see what the yield is. Okay, it's still filling up. So I'll turn that off again. Okay, I want to put another clock in there so that turns itself on and then off at the push of a single button. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with this system. It's a work in progress, obviously. I'll straighten it out at some point. But time being, it's a lot more efficient than doing everything manually, I think. Alright, so this is the yield from a single discharge of the farm. We've got nearly 3 stacks of wheat seeds and nearly 2 stacks of wheat, which is pretty good. Once I've finished setting it up properly so that it gives me everything out of the farm, it's probably going to be a little bit better than that. We'll finish the sugarcane farm while we're here. This is a lot. This feels like a lot. Like, for me, I need a hobby. But it turns out that for today, that hobby is making something that these cows can call home. So once we've slept again, I'm going to get to work on that. And I think it's going to involve tidying this little spot up here and hopefully making something that that's going to look nice and comfy for them. And then after that, you boss-eyed nutter, you're going to get to live over there with your buddies. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm going to keep them here, but I'm going to let them kind of move. I'm going to have it so that you kind of talk to them. You kind of interact with them down at the front here. So I'm going to have my water dispensers up at that back wall there, and a little downward sloping gradient towards here. And so yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Hello, happy boy. You enjoying your grass? Good. Yeah. Happy sheepy walking on the chest. Hello. Hello. Here you go. You can have some food. Ah. This is nice. This is nice. I almost feel terrible about everything I've done to these poor creatures. But let's just put that to the back of our mind and get to work. Hello, boys. Are you enjoying your new freedom? Ah. Okay, well, it looks like I've gotten the cows into a fairly comfortable position. They all seem pretty happy in their little pen here. I've made a lovely little farmhouse to go along with it that kind of ascends these 2 tiers. I've got a little cubby hole in here that I think I'd like to put to some use. Staircase going up through the middle. Little balcony area here, which I think is nice and classy. You get a nice look out over the rest of the little village that we got going on now. And you can step out through here. And to the sugarcane farm. Here's the cows. Here's the wheat, which is now all grown, as well as the sugarcane, which is now all grown. And, I mean, I quite like it. The thing... I've got a little bit of a complaint. I feel like this wall here, it's a nice looking wall, but it doesn't belong here. So I think at some point I'm going to swap that out for something a little bit more decorative. I'd like to try and get some andesite back in the mix, but unfortunately I have run out of the stuff. It makes me wish that we'd excavated the holes for the Moroncraft light railway manually, so that way we wouldn't have lost quite as many materials. But maybe I'm just assuming I haven't got anything. Maybe I should actually just go and have a look. That could be an idea. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. Fine. I stand corrected. I'll get some of that incorporated into that wall a little bit later. For the time being, what I wanted to get onto... let me try and remember what I was doing while I climb all these stairs. Better figure it out. I haven't got long to the top. Yeah, that wall over there definitely needs some work. I mean, I think that's really gorgeous. It just doesn't belong here. But I remembered what I wanted to do. And up here on this little platform here, I want to build another couple of nice little houses. I'm not sure whether or not to do a terrace of a selection of houses with a nice little balconette here at the end, or whether or not to make it like a singular kind of al fresco space up here. I think I'll chew on that a little bit and then go from there. Meanwhile, this sheep shearing farm is working very well. I hope my boys aren't too cold, but we are we're a couple of hours in and it's returned me almost 2 stacks of wool. I'll just keep sending that cart off on its way. What I think is actually happening here is that we've got more sheep than we have green patches, so I might have to install some more of these little shearing doobies just to make sure my boys don't go hungry, and girls, of course. Can't forget the girls. There you go. This isn't actually going to help with the overpopulation problem, is it? Dummy. Well, I mean, I didn't actually go about building what I intended to build. But, you know, I have been busy. We are 24 hours on, and I am quite chuffed with what I have achieved. Blimey, where do I even start? Okay, so the cow pen got a little bit of a revisit. I tidied up that wall like I said I was gonna, and I've put, well, I've dotted about this entire place a load of these lovely lampposty things. You always go on Instagram and see the kind of memes about like noob level streetlights, but you know, I like them. I think that sometimes less is more, and this is kind of nice and minimalist. But I've done my best to kind of give it that nice organic feel with these fairly irregularly distributed different blocks throughout this pathway here. So these areas connect to each other. We've got this sort of downward step here between our tall building here, which I'm yet to kind of name, and this pathway through here. And I'm going to have a little bit of a staircase here that gives us more direct access up into the kind of cow hut, I'll call it for now. A bit of a chest monster going on in the middle that's reasonably well sorted. I've got loads and loads of materials. Oh, get that off. Got loads and loads of materials down the bottom of the excavations that I can bring back up and make use of. And the animals, they're a lot happier. They're having a nice time. And I've got this set up so that when I press that button, cows are all sent down here. Okay, maybe not all of them. I've got to do something about that bit. But the cows are all sent down here, and I can feed them up and keep them happy. And when the time comes that I get a bit hungry, well, a bit hungry, you know, hungry enough to eat a cow, I can do the necessary, and the goods will trail down these funnels into this chest here. Meanwhile, I haven't really made any significant changes to the sheep farm like I thought I might. I was considering putting in more of the shearing stations, but they seem relatively effective as they are. But what I have done is I have expanded the trail that the minecart goes down, and as you can see, it runs underneath this entire section, which means that no matter where a sheep is along here, if it gets shorn or killed, its drops will get collected by the hopper minecart underneath here. But you know, I'm pretty pleased with the progress we've made around here, and I'm just really pleased with how this area is coming together. This wheat farm is yielding well. I've got some overhead lights in place and taken the lamps out so that we can get the drops that we want from this farm here. The one thing that's really eating me here is the fact that I don't really have a backdrop for this. You kind of look up here and there's nothing kind of behind there, and I feel like it sort of needs something. So I might end up expanding this little village area kind of off in this direction here. We're going to have to shrink the sugarcane farm down a little bit, but that's all something for a little bit later, I think. For now, what I think I would like to do is I think I would like to put my little cottages on top of this section above the sheep farm. And I think that's going to be a time lapse. Hope you enjoy. See you soon. And we are back. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse there. So, let's have a little bit of a talk and a walk and a look around and see what it is that we've accomplished here. Well, where do I begin? I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's been like a week since I recorded the time lapse and I didn't realise that I was so close to having all the footage together to complete the episode. So, I guess I better wrap it up, because we are now more or less at the 20-minute mark. Alright, so let's start from here and go that way, I guess. We'll do a little bit of a walk around the outside, and then we'll go inside. I've set up a little path that comes along the side here. A little bit of a scraggly, waggly wall that I might have to take another look at a little bit later. Get some ores injected into it. Now, as you've probably been able to see, I've generated two properties here. One of them has considerably more garden than the other, but the other one is much more functional as a house. Oh, no, not you. Right, what have you got? What have you got? I've got some fish. I've got some flowers, seeds, cane, tube coral. I don't even know what that does. Okay, I've got to go shopping. Give me a minute. Okay. No, I've only got emerald ore. I don't want to break it up because I might want to use it for a build. So I guess he's going to get the sword. Do-do-do-do-do. Diddly-diddly-dee. Hey, mate. Where you gone? I've got something for you. Die! Excuse me. Sorry about that. We have a little pathway up here. We have this property that has a garden down here at the low levels. Don't know what I'm going to put in it yet. If I'd had emeralds, I'd have beetroot seeds to put here. But I didn't have emeralds. We have the second property here that does not have any garden at all. But it's slightly bigger on the inside. So, we step into our first building here. We've got very minor storage solutions. We have some plant beds that the occupant is yet to fill up. This little balconette down here with some trees and some lights. And we can come out here and look at the sheep or yell at them as appropriate depending on our mood. And we've got this lovely little loft section here where you can either store, you know, you can store your goods, you can store your Christmas decorations, you can store your children, whatever you want. It can stay here. What is that noise? Oh, it was the sheep. Aha, the thing's still working. Which then steps out onto this hard standing here with another garden and then this small pathway that goes down here. Up there you've got some more outdoor storage as well. As you can see, they both have this shared walkway up onto their communal front area, courtyard thing. And we've got this open space here. Chest, crafting bench, leaves. Don't really know what exactly it was that I envisioned here. It's supposed to be kind of a window box. Nice full height window. Another little balcony. Slightly smaller than the other one. Not as decorative, but still. Nice little feature. Got your lighting. You go upstairs and you have this upstairs room that you can furnish as you see fit. I'm not sure how I feel about that log being there. Is that totally critical? No. 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 Some of that. Good enough. And up onto here, we have our balcony with a wonderful little security risk that lets you get up onto the roof. Now, personal experience dictates that clambering around on roofs is a lot of fun. I mean, in Minecraft, not in real life. That's incredibly dangerous. It's the biggest killer of people that work in construction. Don't climb on roofs. But you can get up onto the roof here and survey the landscape a little bit. Have a good look out over this area. And it makes us wonder how exactly this is going to keep growing. I think I want to take it off in that direction towards that little area over there. Because I'm getting a wonderful idea out of just seeing how that earth lines up through there and this lovely little waterfall that Danny made a couple of weeks ago. I think I want like a nice aqueduct bridge that goes across there. Ah, that is where my sheepies have escaped to. They can't hide from me forever. And over here where I've got the chest monster, I'm just going to turn that into a bit of a long house so I don't have to dismantle all the chests. Ow. Then at some point I can dismantle the world's ugliest building, made even uglier by Dr. Double Denim's head at the top there. Sick burn. Grow up. So let's get back into the house. Go back downstairs again and have a look at the exterior features. Got our lovely little steps down here. We have the newly established fountain in the middle. I think it's okay. It's just missing a little something, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll probably get to the bottom of it at some point off camera. And that's all of our progress to date. And this has been fun this time around. It really has. Surprising the amount of time it took, really, all things considered. Just for 2 buildings over there. Well, 3 plus the farms. Okay, so it's not really a small scope that I've done, but it doesn't cover a lot of area. And this has all taken me about 10 to 12 hours by my estimation. But you know what? I love it. And as the sun sets on this episode of Moroncraft, I will bid you adieu. Many, many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I really hope you enjoyed the dream sequence at the start, and many thanks to my friends who participated in creating that for me. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.